Next phase we're going to is the escalation. In this stage, the dynamic shifted from subtle friction to something more damaging. The way leadership and other community members began to interpret and influence how my behavior was seen.
Fail for you.
A powerful cognitive bias was at play here, the halo effect. Within the bike shop and group ride culture, certain traits created a halo, like owning an expensive bike,
Right.
or spending significant money, or riding with impressive speed, right? Someone who can go fastest up the hill, someone who has like the most expensive, fanciest bike, or someone who's, constantly spending money. These markers granted some memberships a kind of social immunity. Their mistakes were overlooked, their quirks tolerated, their presence validated. And it says, as a newcomer, I was in the opposite position, right? I was bringing a beater bike, and they were, cobbling together stuff to help me. So I wasn't the fastest. I didn't have a fancy bike. I was just happy to be out there doing the dang thing.
Right.
So it says, I also began to feel pressure to fundamentally change who I was. At times I was told to behave myself while wearing the bike jersey, the shop's jersey. Like I had to change my behavior because I'm representing this thing now.
Right.
And it's like, what? Dude, I'm just who I am all the time just because I put on this shirt. When I put on a
Nike
Prana,
shirt or whatever.
yeah, a Nike shirt, I'm not all of a sudden representing Nike. I don't have to be like Nike personality now. I'm me.
Right.
These are clothes, man.
Right.
I put these clothes on.
Right. Right.
They don't put me on.
Right, but there's the norm within the group
Yeah.
that they're wanting to establish, and there's a rule that you start to rub up against that gets bigger.
Yeah. That's the escalation.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. There was feedback when it came was vague and unhelpful. It was not relational, not framed in a way that gave me a path towards improvement or deeper understanding. There was no follow-up, no sense of shared investment in my growth as a member of the community. The result was confusion and alienation. And this is what I want to get to for a second. I had placed these people in the friend category, but their actions increasingly felt like those of gatekeepers or adversaries. And
So, but that you bring up a funny thing when you say, for one, the escalation piece. Everyone is sensitized overly right now with escalation. We all respond, react to it pretty strongly. And, when something like that happens, it does challenge norms. It does kind of move things around. And the alienation and the confusion are going to come. They're natural parts of that.
yeah.
To be aware of. Unfortunately, when you get to the back end of escalation and those kind of things, if there is not understanding of repair or what do I do differently, but in that, everybody owns some responsibility. And if someone in the group's not owning the responsibility and they want to stand back to a norm, or this is how it is with us and this is how we do it,
Yeah.
then you are going to be alienated.
Yep.
You are going, and it's almost, Phil, it's like, it would almost be, and I don't wish this for you in the future, but if it shows up again, your ability that when the escalation phase hits and it's like, okay, here comes the alienation, your ability to sit back in a curious observational state and say, I get it. I know who I am.
We're incompatible.
I have blown this group out. I love you. I care about you, but you're right. Yeah. I'm asking you to change or to be someone different than who you are, and you're perceiving it as unsafe. What you just own it. You're like, I get it. And you set up the possibility that if you do something like that, the group actually has an opportunity at that point to make different choices.
Yeah.
Because suddenly you're not playing victim and you're no longer the target because you've taken their energy and released it by owning it. So there's no one to point to anymore. Now the group has an opportunity to look at it and look at you and say, oh, interesting. Wow, we are excluding people who are like Phil. What do we do so we can include Phil? Oh, we need to give him a buddy system.
Yeah.
That's how groups change, and that's what we miss.
Victim triangle, because in the victim triangle, they're the abuser, or they're the aggressor.
Yes.
And that's not an orientation that brings about growth and progress and self-reflection. It brings about,
division.
That's the
absolutely. But
the trenches, the trench lines, and we're on our other sides.
But again, I go back to I hold us accountable with our neurodiversity to say, okay, if we see it, we know it's happening.
Yeah.
How do we be strong leaders to help evolve that space? It's not easy, but in that case, you can break the triangle by owning your behavior and saying, you're right. I do those things. This is who I am. It's disappointing. It's sad. And you put it on the table. And this is where this pause comes in. You put it on the table and you just let people think about it.
Let it marinate.
Because everyone goes through growth cycles.
That's right.
And growth is going to be, this is the chaos, disruptive, transformative space. But it's what I've been teaching on the ADHD spectrum that, okay, your life's going to be stormy. It's not going to go away. You better learn to resource yourself and take care of who you are. And how do you become a leader on top of that?
Yeah.
You get an opportunity, and you will get, I guess, I know you will, I will. You will get another opportunity in your life to address this, Phil.
Yeah.
Lovingly so. You'll get another chance to say, I'm at the edge of the group again. I get it.
Let's do this differently.
Here we are. We're at escalation. I own it.
Yeah.
You're right. I did these things. I know that makes people nervous. Let's talk about it. I say you're not willing to see, because at the end of the day, if you leave a group like that consciously and you go, look, I get you're not willing to change your behavior or change these norms, and you find them disruptive and unruly and unsafe. I get it. I understand those are the norms you're running this group by.
Yeah.
I love you. I care about you. You have a good life. I'll have a good life. If you're leaving from that position, you're really managing the potential rejection, dysphoria.
You're not burning bridges on the way out.
It's not hard. It's hard, Phil. It's hard to have a consensus.
You want to burn them bridges, though.
Fucking hell, you want to burn those bridges.
But
you want to scorch them.
You want to scorched earth, yeah, but there is a higher road in leaving doors and windows open for relationships elsewhere. And you want to leave a good taste in folks' mouth. You want people to think, oh, okay.
Right.
I like how we did that.
Right. But it's not going to happen if you don't have a constitutional, strong foundation of yourself that you work on all the time.
You've got self-worth.
Because you're
valuable. You're okay.
Because my belief is, okay, if the neurodivergent population, say it's a 3 to 5%, I don't know what the autistic spectrum included therein, that's the ADHD spectrum around the world, then the highest responsibility of us is what? To know who we are, to lead powerfully, and to be able to help groups change when they need to change, and be ready. That's not going to be an easy thing.
I like that.
It's hard, but it's what I feel like I'm doing with conscious, pragmatic information I'm putting out there. This is how you do it. This is what happens. How you lead. It's not going to go away.
Yeah. It's in our benefit to educate and to help lead groups subtly towards more acceptance and inclusion and celebration.
Right. And it scares the heck out of me to be doing what I'm doing in an authentic way, the way I am.
Yeah.
Whether it's as a licensed professional counselor in the state of Texas, where I do coaching and counseling and mentoring and all these, it pushes boundaries with a lot of people. But it's an inclusion space that there's very few counselors that I'm aware of that really use an authentic style, that they talk about their lives. They expose their lives in a way that's meaningful, but I'm not doing it because I'm trying to get you to help me. No, I get the ethics of that. But if I don't show that as a leader in the ADHD world, how in the hell are you going to find it in yourself and believe in it? Model. Right. And that's where I see you doing this podcast and talking with powerful leaders and helping people unwind the psyche of the human condition.
I hope so.
Well,
one other thing in this escalation piece I'd like to speak about is I don't know if every ADHD person has this. I know I have it. That's, dang, I have never met someone I didn't want to be my friend almost immediately, and maybe even make them my friend immediately before there was experiential foundation, that we had some amount of shared experience to develop a foundation where that friendship sits on. I'm like, we're already friends.
I know.
We're already friends. And I imagine that behaving with someone with that fragile foundation as if we're friends, with a closeness and an intimacy and a disclosure and all that stuff, can be off-putting, sometimes scary, or like, wait a second, you're barnacling onto me all of a sudden? Like, I don't even know you, bruh. And different people talk about it in different ways. And I imagine this like closeness that comes prematurely, like premature closeness. I don't know what we want to call it.
That's a good term.
But Brene Brown would say something about over disclosure or like that type of thing. There's a lot of things that come from a premature intimacy or friendship. Right. And I think that's part of this.
It is. I think it's a huge part of this. But again, I'm going to take you back to the ownership piece. Okay, I know that's who I am and that's what I do. And so whether it's micro misattunements or other pieces, I'm going to watch for, because when the escalation gets here, I better have a pretty strong constitution in me to be able to stay in that escalation powerfully. Yeah. Because you're right. Your ownership to know everybody's my friend. Okay, well, in the gregariousness of that state, you're the greatest salesperson in the world. Yeah. Because you can help people understand how this is going to be a benefit to. I mean, there's 10,000 ways that's a strength.
It is a strength.
Okay? And it can be an enormously a powerful leader, because if you're a politician or you're someone who is leading change at greater levels, well, you want people to feel included. You want them to feel like your friend immediately, but in an authentic, real way. Well, we can do that. Okay? But if it's in a place where someone feels threatened and you're not aware of it and they can't communicate it to you, then you get these escalations.
Or it's weird shadow power dynamics and the leader's like, wait a second, I only make friends with people that are, have been in the group for a long time and they're at my level, or these subtle things. They're not that explicit, but like...
No, but I think there are things you can do.
You don't joke around with me. I'm the leader of this group,
Right, but there's also things you can do. And this is my, I call it manipulation, positive manipulation in reverse, okay? Look, I'm a counselor. People come to me for help. I'm going to ask you questions in a positive, manipulated way, meaning I'm going to help you help yourself.
It's positive manipulation isn't always bad.
No, exactly. No, it's for a higher good.
I would call it influence.
Influence, great. And that's a great way. But you can know... How do you begin to influence the leaders of a group that are going to help you to engage because of your tendency of being the driver you
fast,
are? Exactly.
A quick
it's
friend.
It's like, okay. Well, and then it's helping people to feel like, okay, wait a minute, this guy's not a threat, so you can ingratiate individuals like that and connect with. Well, those are just things that we have to learn about ourselves, because if we learn them, we can become better attuned to the world. If we're better attuned to the world, we can be more powerful leaders.
And we can get more of what we want, is that connection.
Because we are the change agents. Yeah. That's what we have to
remember. Well, it's in our best interest to have the change.
Right.
So we've got to lead it.
And we're going to disrupt it. We're the disruptors. We can be the change agents, but we have to be strong in ourselves to be able to lead that change. Yeah. And so if you don't work on yourself and take care of yourself, and that's what I see you doing, being aware and looking at this and writing this article about, this is huge exposure for you. Yeah. Meaning this happened to me, Yeah. What if someone from the bike group gets it? And
it is scary, right? But this is my life.
Right.
And I want to make lemonade out of these lemons.
Yes, you do.
And I want to help people.
Right.
I want other people that have experienced this to get the benefit of...
Right. You want to help people help themselves.
Yeah. And I want to help myself.
Exactly. And you're doing that by doing this.
Right.
And so you keep folding that into itself.
Heck yeah.
It's great.